I'm the first one to do that. I bet you never knew that. Back like a tailbone. Who you got the tail on? If it ain't about me, about whole D, about face. If you ain't on higher, learn it. The soda in the pot and the fire, burn it. This shit is loud, yeah. You might wanna be my guest. This shit is loud, yeah. You might wanna be my.
Oh man, it feels great to come back from a new semester with a gaming banger, bro. I've been wanting to review this game since I touched it. Not because I've enjoyed it so much, but because I've been looking at so many indie reviewers and they have not talked about this game yet, let alone touched it. But don't worry, this is where I come in. The friendly neighborhood TCT is here to review this game, to let y'all know to check it out. Buy it. If you want to know more about my review, just stay tuned for it. But if you guys is interested to know, like, hey, is this game on the fence? This game, yeah, buy this game. If you guys want a new edge of addiction, Jotunnslayer, Hordes of Hell. Get my pamphlet. Whew, man. And my fingers is twitching right now. I really can't wait to play this game again. Jotunnslayer Hordes of Hell is a gripping roguelike horde survival game set in the dark realms of Norse mythology. Yeah, of course. Developed by Games Farm. Games Farm made this? That sounds so familiar. And Artillery, and published by Grindstone. This game starts as you playing as a chosen dark hero in the underworld that you must survive endless waves of enemies. With given a setting of godlike trials you must surpass, not only to become the chosen Jotunnslayer, but to slay the mysterious enemy who condemned you in this pit of hell.
Here in hell, death is never final.
This game is incredible. I cannot stop playing this game at all. And what really pulled me into this game was the overhead roguelike simulator that I have seen a lot of other games do. But the main two that really gave me that replicalization of a familiar gameplay was Diablo and POE, Path of Exile. And I'm gonna tell you guys right now, I like Path of Exile, I like Diablo, but I may not be the target audience, because one thing I hate about games like that is that when you spend countless of hours with the progression cycle of you just being addicted to the gameplay, getting loot and just working on your build, and just before you know it, you got like over 400 or 500 hours in. I don't know about y'all, but I spent like over 600 hours playing Diablo 4. I was a newcomer to Diablo 4, just working on my builds, doing like sorcerer build, barbarian build, and just literally just fucking the shit out of these enemies in these dungeons and stuff. And feeling like the whole hourly function of me just doing the grind really paid off. But again, I must not be the target audience, because one thing I did not know that games like that do is that they release updates for new seasonal enemies and new seasonal events, and they literally just sunk your progression down the drain. And it really pissed me off. I was like, no, like, I am not gonna do all this shit all over again. And it discouraged me, and before I knew it, I've stopped playing them. I was no longer a fan. I just don't like fucking with games like that literally takes your whole entire life cycle of you enjoying the experience and then just kicking down your progression so you can start all over again.
Gamers, the mighty have fallen. There's been a massive patch in Diablo. Most classes got shot. My class got shot. I didn't even get to see Druid fly. I simply walked in the mud, through barbed wire, dragging my balls through glass, only with the prospect, the hope, the thought that one day it would get better. And I didn't even get to see that one day. It just got worse. I'm just gonna be selfish here, man. I want it to fly. That's it. Okay, dude? I want it to fly directly into the sun. Alright? And it feels kind of shitty that I didn't get to do that yet. You know what I mean? And I'm sure there's other people who feel the same way, who feel like it's kind of shitty that I didn't get to do that yet. Essentially, we're too powerful. We're too strong. We're just too strong. Too strong. That's it.
Now again, I'm not shitting on people that do this shit, but I just think it's a waste of time. For you to just spend so many hours working on a build and then they just nerf your character, I feel like unless you are a mainstream YouTuber that lives to do shit like this so you can show people how progression cycle works, that's fine. But for people like me, look at all my games. got time to keep doing that shit. And I feel like the only game that gave me that successful ratio of you playing and progressing through waves of enemies, and they have seasonal events, and they don't nerf your character, is Monster Hunter. In fact, the Monster Hunter games like Monster Hunter World and Wilds don't nerf your characters' builds or their like their weapons or their armor. In fact, they want you to be strong so you can be prepared to fight these new enemies that they're going to be releasing. But I was done with overhead roguelikes. But for some reason, this game kept calling out to me. And I'll listen to the small voice in my ear. And I was like, you know what? This game keeps being advertised on PlayStation Network. Let me see what this game is about. I looked at the trailer. That still wasn't enough to pull me in. In fact, I was pulled away because like, this is another Diablo game, huh? I don't got hours like that. But I gave in. The game was only $15. It was only $15, right? So, I thought by me reviewing this game, it was gonna be stuck with two things. One, I would just say this is a Diablo ripoff. Just stick to Diablo if you want to go that in-game progression cycle and just letting people just kick down your sandcastle so you can keep rebuilding your character over and over again. But no, this is option B. This game is not a Diablo ripoff. In fact, it's a Diablo and a POE improvement. This game is a tack on addiction cycle of, and I'm pretty sure that the developers and the creators of this game probably was on my side because they don't nerf your character or your build. They keep everything that is in store for you to keep going. And that alone made me be stuck into this game from start to finish. Now, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, there's been a lot of other games that's been coming out lately. Games that I have been playing too, like I've been playing Silent Hill F. I've been playing the hell out of this. That's the reason why my review kind of came out a little late or whatever. And then Chronos, the new Dawn. This has literally been a horror fest. And then we have Silk Song. Like a lot of good addicting games has been coming out lately. And Jotunnslayer has literally won me over. I couldn't stop playing the game. What I like about this game is that this game has a small set story. You pick each class, each character, but they all have the same fate. You get condemned, you get damned into this pit of hell. You gotta fight these waves of enemies. You gotta fight your way out and make sure that you're strong enough to overcome the big enemy that has put you in this pit in the first place. Now, what this game has set me away from Diablo was not just the combat and just me just keeping my progression cycle, but just the thrill of you being on the edge of your seat of you doing these waves of enemies. I mean, when the game starts, you are literally thrown to this pit that kind of gave me this familiarization tone of Dark Angel Vampire Apocalypse, the PS2 game that I've known and loved. It didn't give you no tutorial. It didn't give you no cutscene. As soon as you pop that disc in, you already in the pit trying to do missions and fight enemies. And that's literally what Jotunnslayer is. They give you certain varieties of just knowing how this game is going to work out. Like, for example, you have certain small mini games for you to do, mini missions for you to progress through so you can get stronger. And each time you do these missions, you get rewarded with loot, progression points, which is coins, so you can use to to buy weapons or just to upgrade your character even stronger. You even have buffs and you have chests that you can unlock when you progress through these stages and stuff like that. And what I like about this game is that the more you do these missions, they have difficulty settings for you to set it on. If it's too easy or if it's too hard, you can lower or you can increase your difficulty setting. But the higher the difficulty, the bigger the rewards. And I've been sticking to normal and hard ever since. But this is where this game fucks you. These levels have a time limit. So you really don't have a lot of time for you to be scavenging and just be roaming around and just seeing what the level's about and just trying to get the whole entire area familiarized and just collecting everything. No, as soon as the level starts, you have within, I think it depends on the difficulty setting, but you have within 10 or to 15 or to 20 minutes to get these missions done. And trust me, it passes so freaking fast because you're just so hooked. You're just so booked into the whole game itself.
I hate those assholes. Let me get that mag from. I'm not even doing anything. I'm not even doing anything. I'm not even doing anything, dude. Jesus. Only time I move is if I need to dodge something. Yeah, like the attack is automatic. You just gotta just dodge and disconnect. Dodge and disconnect. Dodge and disconnect. Oh shit, I gotta go. I gotta go. Oh man, I almost ran out of time. I told you this game is so addictive, dude. Oh my god. And I think they knew what they was doing. They knew how fun this game was gonna be. That's why they put a time limit on it, just like the fuck with you. And it worked. It worked. It almost did.
Now, going to the progression cycle of this game, right? You get started with literally the same type of class like every other roguelike RPG gamer have. Like you have the warden, which is literally like a sword and shield, but he has like a I guess it's a mason shield, like a hammer and shield. Let me see who else. Let me switch the character. You have the Jotunnslayer. I have not tried her out yet, but she has a spear, and I heard that she's a badass. My friend's been playing with her a lot since we game share. Let's see here. We have the Berserker. I started with this guy. I started with the Berserker because I just love barbarians. If you guys are new to this game, I suggest you guys try out the Berserker. You will not be sorry. And we have the Cirrus. I've been dying with her a lot, but I've been trying to work through her build. I've been trying to work through her progression to just me getting the feel right, and that's because I've been too busy playing with this guy, the Archer. Now, they call him the Revenant. I like the Archer, but he is broken if you know how to use him correctly. If you don't believe me, watch my streams. And then her, the Flame Sister. She's my next Miller choice. I know she used flame elements, and she has a dagger, so she's like a rogue herself. So you start out with choosing these characters, and as the game progresses, you get to upgrade and you get to make your character stronger, and you don't gotta worry about them fucking up and nerfing your build. Only way if that happens is if you start the game and you start in the pit and you already on the default level 1, but you work your levels up as the game continues, but it resets when you go to another stage, which is fair. But you keep your progression points and all of your collectibles to upgrade your characters warrantly. The level ups goes to the buffs that is included with your character, temporary and permanent buffs for you to help, progress to the levels. Like you have these builds that's from the ancient gods to help you get out of this hell. Like you have, I forgot the names of the gods, but I'm gonna show you real quick. The skill shop. So this is what you use. This is the first time I actually have to show you a gameplay of a game like this, but I'm so hooked, right? So like, you have like the classes that you get to upgrade. As you can see, I maxed out the Berserker. Level 48 is the highest you can go. The Berserker, the Cirrus, and the Revenant. So I'm working on the Flame Sister, the Warden, and the Kingslayer as we speak. Now the gods, you get to upgrade these gods too, but again, these are the buffs that you unlock when you upgrade and you level up your character when the match starts. So these buffs right here is what you level to make your character stronger temporarily. And I think I just maxed all these freaking dudes out. Jesus Christ. So as you can see, the game doesn't nerf your character. It doesn't take away your progression. It doesn't reset your stats no matter how long you've been playing this game, how long you've been grinding, how long you've been going through the whole addiction cycle of just trying to match up every single character. It doesn't do that. The developers knew, I'm speaking for them, they probably knew that Diablo and that POE shit is stupid, but it must be doing well since people are still playing those games. Well, still POE at least. Now, I spoke so much praise about this game. So much high value of this game. Is this game worth purchasing? Hell yes. But does this mean that this game is perfect? Not quite. See, there's a couple of things of this game that kind of rubbed me the wrong way for me to prevent giving this game this perfect A+ rating. Like multiplayer, for me to play with my friends online whenever they were stuck in a jam. Or for me to save my build if I have everything situated for my character so I can have everything upgraded and fully optimized for me to go. So if things didn't come to my favor, I could just choose which build for me to use so I can have everything situated. And the reason I'm saying that is because we have different weapons for different characters, and these weapons have different effects. It'll be cool if I was able to save these builds for my characters, so whenever I start a new run, I could just switch to a build with my character and I could just be on my merry way to know what I was getting myself into. These are nitpicking flaws, right? These are flaws that they can probably fix later on. It depends on how well this budget of this game sells, which again, I was so mad that people have not reviewed or even tried to touch this game when it came to the recommendation. So I hope this video does go out to a lot of people. I'm currently working on making a Twitter account so I can further push the narrative, but it is freaking freezing right now. It is freaking freezing right now. It's freaking freezing right now. So I just got this laptop. Ain't that a bitch? But that just shows you how much I love this game. This game will pull you in. This game will suck you in. This game will lick you in, no matter IA. Whatever your fetish is when it comes to being addicted to games, they got that here. And if you have never played a roguelike, overhead RPG, this game will pull you. This game will make you be new to the overhead genre, because I used to hate overheads until I ended up playing Summoner. Overall, this game was an addicting, hellish ride. This game was something I was not expecting. Indie games is killing it this year. This is literally the year of indie games, even if it's a hidden gem or a game that we know that they've been working on and it's just been a smashing hit, or above all, just a game that we've overlooked and it's taking people like me to just recommend it to you guys. This game is all the above. It's a hidden gem, it's a hidden masterpiece, and above all, this is a game that does not need to be slept on. Don't sleep on Jotunnslayer, because I guarantee you, whenever you pass away, you think that your whole hypnosis of you playing all the games is going to be complete, the Lord is going to take you down to these pits too, so you can be punished for not playing this. I'm going to have to give Jotunnslayer Hordes of Hell an A-. I worked on this review for, wow. I was trying to be small and brief, but I just can't contain myself. Can't contain myself. Oh, did I mention this too? There's no woke shit on here. No LGBTQ shit. No Black Lives Matter shit. No subliminal messages. No political shit either. I'm trying to get away from political bullshit. And Jotunnslayer has literally took me out of the reality and just put me into a fictionized fantasy. That's another reason why I love this game so much. No subliminal messages. So yeah, play this game. Is worth your money, it's worth your time, and above all, it's worth you cleansing out to your mind of you being pissed off of Diablo keep nerfing your character so much. And no character creation either. That's another thing too. You can't create your own character on here. But it's still a good game though. But other than that, that's all I gotta say for today. Please stay tuned for upcoming reviews and videos headed your way. This is Hugo, your critic teacher. And I hope you guys have a good day.